Hello everyone, I wish you a happy new year, and today I show you how to cut a woolen kurti or a suit which has embroidery on the front panel. So first of all, we fold the fabric in such a way so this is the open side and the folded side is towards me, and the design should be, the center of the design should be on the fold. Now we have to check the length of the dress that we want to make. Now if you want to increase the length of the kurti or the suit, you will have to have the plain fabric either on the bottom. So here I am extending 8 by 1 inch, or if you want to increase it more, you have to have beyond the embroidered part or join a yoke. So this way we mark our length which we want and then make a line on the bottom. This is a woolen suit. We need to hem from the bottom. So we are taking 2.5 inch in the bottom for folding or hemming, and on top also we mark a line. From here we'll start marking the shoulder, that is half of shoulder. We are not joining any collar to it, we are making a plain suit because this suit has too much embroidery. And now the neck width is 3 inch, that is standard for an adult. Armhole length would be 7.5 inch. You can stop the video at any point and you can note down the formulas given and the calculations. The 7.5 inch includes the seam allowance for the shoulders. Then the waist length, that is 14.5 inch, and hip length, that is 21.5 inch. Now we extend these markings. Chest, 1/4 of chest plus half inch, because this fabric is not very thick. If the fabric is thick, then you need to add 3/4 of an inch. Here on this line we mark half inch less than the shoulder. Waist is 4th part of the waist plus 1/4 inch. So this is a fit kurti which is not very tight and neither it is loose. Hip line, here also 1/4 part of hip, and we add half inch. If the fabric is thick, you add 3/4 of an inch, and the bottom we can take same as the hip line or half inch more than the hip line. Now we join the outer markings, and we need to take half inch for the shoulder slope and join it with the neck. We take mid point on this line and shape the front armhole. See, this is how we mark the back armhole, but this we are not cutting right now. Now we join the side markings. We need to give it a shape, and using this method you can cut any kurti or suit. Neck design, it is optional that you mark on this, otherwise I'll be showing you separately on a ready-made neck cutting how to make a neck. So this is optional, you don't really need to mark it until unless you are cutting it. So here we are not cutting it, I'm just showing you how it will come out to be. So this is somewhat simple method of marking your kurti or suit, and we'll be taking 2 inch for the side seams because this is a woolen fabric and your woolens generally don't spoil in 1 or 2 seasons. They last for many seasons, so we can alter them. And now we can use a tracing wheel on the stitching line to trace the upper markings on the lower part. Now we'll be cutting. We are not cutting the neck, but we are cutting outlines. Here we are cutting on the front armhole, because this is the single front part that we are cutting. We are not cutting the back part right now. That we'll be cutting separately, because front part is embroidered and back part would be simple plain fabric. So this is how we cut it, and from bottom also we need to cut, whether you cut it in round or straight, and then we make notches. Notches will help us at the time of stitching, and side notches on the hip line. Till here we'll be making the slit, and this marking will start the side stitching. Now we cut the back part. It helps if we iron the fabric. So we iron the fabric, fold it, and then we start placing the front part, and keeping the front part, we'll be cutting the back part. So we place it, and now the only difference that we have to make is neckline and the armhole. Neckline we are not cutting right now, so we are extending 1/2 inch on the armhole and just trace the marking stitching line on the sides, on the bottom part also, that is back part. Then we cut same as the front part except the armhole. Now it is cut the same notches we need to make even on the back part. Now it is done. See, but we need to mark on the wrong side or back side of the fabric, because front and back are looking exactly the same. So at the time of stitching we don't want confusion. Now we cut the full sleeves, because it is a winter suit, it is a woolen suit. Generally you can keep 3/4 or full sleeve for your dress. So this is the double fabric, and we fold it so it makes 4 layers. Now the folded side is on top, and this is the long fabric, pipe like thing. Once we place it right, we iron it. The length of the armhole of the sleeve, that will be same, that is 7.5 inch as we marked on the suit or the kurti, plus 1 or 1.5 inch more, so that seam allowance could be added. So it is 7.5. Then we mark 3 inch inside, keeping down 1 inch from the top. We make a slanting line mid of it, and then keeping 1/2 inch out, we give it a curvy shape, then curve from inside and then join it from the outside, and this is done. Length of the sleeve would be 22 inch for an adult long sleeve, or as long or as short as you want, plus 2 inches, 1.5 inch for folding and 1/2 inch for the shoulder seam. Now the bottom of the sleeve you can keep 5 inch or 5.5 inch if you want more, or less. If you want less, then you will have to keep an opening, a button opening or a zip opening. But if you want more, then you can keep it. Now keeping this curvier scale, which will help me make slender and fitter sleeves, I join the sides, and this is our seam allowance on the sides. This way our sleeve is cut. If there is anything you need to ask me, you can ask in the below comment section. And if you want me to show you how to stitch this, then I can share that video also with you. Secondly, if you want to watch this video in Hindi, you can check Stitching on Hindi Urdu channel. So we cut the outer lines, make a small notch on the top. And I'll also show you in one of the next videos how to make neck using a ready-made cutout of the canvas or bukram or a pastel. You can subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Now we make the notches even on the sleeve, and now we open it. The back side of the fabric, the wrong side of the fabric is facing us. We need to shape the front of the sleeve, so we give it a shape. This is the curvier side, that is front side of the sleeve, and we make a notch, and then we mark to identify that this is back of the sleeve. So keep watching and keep sharing. This is how you can cut a simple suit. Take care. Goodbye.